Hey everybody!
So, Halloween is tomorrow, and that's why we're having a
Halloween special! To start, Basil's gonna tell a spooky, ooky wooky story, and I'm gonna get everything else ready. So, take it away!
Well, it was a dark and stormy night, just like this one.
Basil, it's the middle of the day.
Shh! Just take the energy behind it. Gosh. Many Halloweens ago, when we were just kids, the others roped me into watching a super spooky movie with them, and Piñata was nowhere to be found. So I was left with only Sham to comfort me. But he needed more comforting than I did, so I had to silently suffer in my spookedness. The night was young, and we still had trick-or-treating to do. In the dark. Now, you should know, 4 very distinct personalities went trick-or-treating that night. We have Roxanne, the low-key adrenaline junkie, Brew, the idiot who has to prove he's not afraid of anything, and Sham and I are the scaredy cats, fight or flight, respectively. So our little band headed out to trick-or-treat. Roxanne had mapped out the most efficient route for the best candy to distance ratio, and by the time we were half done with her mapped out path, our bags were pretty full. Now, you can't get anywhere around here without passing a couple of open fields, and especially after a scary movie, these fields terrify me. Because anything could be out there, especially at night. But I was trying to be brave like the rest of them, so I just tried to ignore the fields completely. Sham, on the other hand, did no such thing. He'd pipe up occasionally because some dry grass made a noise, and we both freaked out about a leaf at least a couple times. But all of a sudden, I hear Sham screech, and we all turned to see what he was screaming about this time, and out in the field there were...
It wouldn't be a Halloween special without some pumpkin carving. So I have this big pumpkin that Roxy helped me get home, and I'm gonna try and make it look super cool. The first step to carving a pumpkin is you have to gut the gourd. So we just jump right in there. Okay, then we just have to add some nice designs. Now, knives can be dangerous, and safety is number one, so I'm not going to use any knives. You guys will probably have to use some kind of tool to carve your pumpkin, but just make sure that you're super safe while doing so. We don't want any real severed fingers. Isn't he such a cutie? Well, now our pumpkin is all finished, so we can get right back to the story.
But all of a sudden, I hear Sham screech, and we all turned to see what he was screaming about this time, and out in the field there were 2 glowing eyes. All of a sudden, Sham and I were screaming together, and I was ready to hightail it back home. But nobody moved, and I was not about to head home alone, so we all just watched the eyes as they watched us right back. Bruin, again being the one who needed to prove his bravery, scoffed and came up with some logical explanation as to what it must have been. Roxanne, being the thrill-seeker she is, was down with going to check out what these eyes really were. So my 2 idiot friends slowly approached the mystery thing, and it didn't move the entire time as they got closer. But as soon as they came within a foot of it, the thing reached out and grabbed Roxanne.
Oof, that was getting pretty intense. We'd better take a moment to breathe. Or a moment to bake. I've got Gourmet here, and we're going to show you how to make some cute brownie mice, because they're super cute and super tasty. So I just followed the instructions on some box brownie mix, but you can look up a recipe from scratch if you want. It's all gonna end up in our stomachs anyway. So we have a pan of brownies, some shaved almonds, a little bit of melted white chocolate, and a little bit of licorice for the tails. I just cut the brownies so that they were the length I wanted my mice to be. And then I take them and I roll them into tiny logs. Now that you have the body all done, you add 2 of the almond shavings to look like its ears, and white chocolate for the eyes, and the licorice for its cute little tail. Squeak, squeak. Aren't they adorable? Oh, wow. Gourmet, yours looks really good. I really like the strawberry syrup addition. It makes it really spooky.
Wow.
So that's how you make brownie mice. Now, let's figure out how the story ends.
The thing reached out and grabbed Roxanne's candy bag. Everybody screamed, but none louder than Sham and me, because we thought they were going to die. They looked around, but the monster had disappeared, until it rematerialized behind them and snatched Bru's candy bag as well. And as fast as it could get its hands on the bag, it was gone again. It just scored 2 pretty awesome bags of Halloween goodies when it appeared right before me and tried to snatch my bag as well. But it couldn't get it away from me because I used to wrap the handles of my bags around my wrists so that I didn't actually have to hold them, and instead it would just hang off of me. Whatever. It was a weird thing I did as a kid, but it was the only thing that saved my candy. Because the candy monster couldn't take my bag away, which was pretty scary, but the only solution to the problem I could see was throwing some of the candy to the ground to maybe deter it away from me. In a final attempt to save myself, I grabbed something out of my bag, anything out of my bag, and all I could get a hold of was a giant thing of chocolate taffy. As soon as they saw the candy in my hand, they let go of the bag and swiped it away, and with that, it was gone again. Until it came back. It didn't like my offering, so I told it off for stealing it all in the first place. I mean, if you don't like it, don't steal it, right? So it disappeared again and came back with all of its previously eaten candy. The poor thing looked kind of sad and ashamed of their crimes, so I grabbed a nice lollipop and gave it to him. We returned the bags of candy to Roxanne and Bru, and I've always been a sucker for cool-looking creatures, so I couldn't really be mad at it for spooking us. So now I'm pretty tight with the candy monster, and every Halloween I go out and give it some of the candy I've collected, and that's the only time I ever see it. But they're actually a sweetheart, and the only thing vicious about them is their sweet tooth.
Boo! Did I scare you? Don't worry, it's not real. Well, let that be a warning to you. Be careful out there this Halloween. You never know what might try and steal your candy. Remember, safe is the coolest thing you can be this Halloween.
Wow, Pen, that was really cheesy.
Just because I'm cheesy does not mean I'm wrong.
I suppose. Well, happy
Halloween! Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Be sure to like, comment, and that kind of thing because this video took a really long time to make. Just the amount of times we had to reshoot with Gourmet took weeks because he ate all the brownies and then we had to make more of them. Anyway, thanks again for watching, you guys. Love you so much. Bye!